I'm Susan Stripling. I am a wedding and portrait photographer. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I have been a photographer my whole life, but professionally about 18 years. I think first and foremost what makes a good photographer is a love of whatever their subject is. When you're home and you're trying to document your kids, you start taking pictures of them. My husband at the time, one of his colleagues said, "I love the pictures that your wife takes of your daughter. Does she do weddings?" So I had 6 months in between agreeing to say yes and actually having to do the job, and I threw myself into learning photography. At the time, I thought the pictures were amazing. They weren't, but they were exactly what your friend with a decent camera and a good eye would take at your wedding. And then her friends called me and said, "Hey, will you shoot my wedding?" And this little part-time fun thing about 2 years in started to become a full-time endeavor, and that's when I started to realize this was what I was meant to be. I'm very thankful that I went to school for theater, seeing the way a moment builds from quiet to crying or quiet to laughing. I felt like I was attuned to it in a very unique way. Telling the story through the picture means catching the moment right as it happens. Instead of taking a million pictures and hoping that one is great, sitting with it and waiting for the peak of whatever it is, that laugh or that cry, tells the story completely. I have been shooting with the 5D Mark IV. They are hands down the best camera bodies I've ever worked with. They are light, the color is extraordinary, they are fast, they're intuitive. I've recently started experimenting with the R, and I put it up to my eye with that electronic viewfinder and everything that mirrorless will let you do. I realized that that's the next step on my creative journey. So now when I go to a wedding, I have 2 Mark IVs and I have the R with me as well. As a Canon shooter, I would just always look up to the Explorers and I would think, I can never do that. It has been the single greatest honor. The fact that you can leave a legacy, not just of the work that you've created, but the influence you could possibly have on raising up that industry for years to come. It's just so incredible. It brings tears to my eyes, and not a whole lot does that. Study the technical side. Know your camera inside and out. Learn it all, and then you can just go play. As long as you continue to remember why you picked up a camera in the first place, you're gonna be fine.